So, coming up, 10 ways to survive the holiday season. Hey, it's Harry here. I hope you're having a fantastic week. You're probably full into holiday season and into the swing of things right now. And what I wanted to do this week was share with you 10 ways to survive the holiday season, so that I know that it can be quite intense, let's say, this time of year, whether that's stressful or whether that's a bit boozy, a little bit indulgent. So here are my 10 tips to help you survive the holiday season and come out the other side in one piece. Okay, number one. This is going to be a really simple one, and it's one that I think you should be doing year round anyway, but we're going to lots of parties now. We're probably drinking a little bit more than we want to be drinking, lots of work socials and so on. So my tip is just drink a lot of water throughout the day, both before going out and obviously the day after, because you're going to be pretty dehydrated when you start drinking. So make sure that you top up before the actual activity when you've got a bit of control over things. Quite simple, but drink more water. Okay, number two is to experiment with doing some fast days. Fast, I don't mean speedy, I mean as in abstinence from food or very, very light food. We're going to be overindulging a lot, I know I have been, but also if you can then institute a little bit of fasting, so you've got some feast and famine days going on. Maybe the day after you've eaten a lot, you tend not to eat much at all, maybe just a light salad and some soup. But if you do that, you'll help rebalance what's going on in your body a lot easier. So number two is introduce some fasting days. Alright, number three is a little bit of a sneaky one. It's one that I do a lot of, and that is to introduce water in between your drinks. We're going to go to the pub, we're going to go to our Christmas lunches, we're going to go to our Christmas dinners, and people are going to be planting us with the drinks, the wine, the mulled wine, the whiskies, whatever it might be. So just introduce water either with the drink or alternate the drinks. Maybe when it's your round and you go and buy the drinks, you just buy 5 instead of 6 and you ask for a glass of water for you. So introduce water, because we get into this happy mood, we forget to drink, we get really dehydrated, we come home and it's kind of too late then really if you start downing stuff before you go to bed, and that's if you remember. So just do it throughout the evening, interject it a little bit, no one's going to really notice, or at least have that drink of water with your other drink as well. So number three, drink water in between your other drinks. Number four is to sleep more. What do I mean by that? I mean just relax a little bit more. Your body's going to be under a bit of stress, change of season, some intense nights, some stress, some Christmas shopping, everything. And the best way to rejuvenate your body is to sleep. So don't feel guilty about having a little bit more sleep at this time of year than you normally do. It's going to help really ignite your immune system, it's going to help de-stress you, it's going to help repair a lot of damage. So maybe see if you can sleep a little bit more. Maybe you can sleep before you go out in the evening. Maybe have a quick 20-minute, 30-minute power nap before you go out in the evening. It'll do you absolute wonders. So number four, sleep more. Number five is this. This is my secret stash here. I don't think it's a bit blurry there, but it's called grapefruit seed extract. And really this is all about upping your supplementation. This is kind of my secret weapon really. I put this into my juices year round actually. I put 12 drops just into my vegetable juice each morning that I drink it. But it doesn't taste the best, except for when you put it in the vegetable juice you can't taste it at all. But if you put it just in pure water, it will taste a bit, let's say an acquired taste. But this stuff will help stave off any colds that you might potentially get because of all the late nights and the bad food and the bad drinking. So my recommendation is buy some grapefruit seed extract, pop some of that into some water or a juice or a smoothie or something, but just have like 10 to 12 drops a day and notice the difference. So number five, grapefruit seed extract. Alright, number six is about taking some lighter exercise. Rather than pounding it on the pavement and in the gym and doing lots of stuff, far better in my opinion is to just do something a bit lighter. Relax a little bit more, especially if it's the day after something that you've done something. You know, the fact that you're there and you're keeping the habit up is wonderful. But if you go too intense when your body's already a bit weakened from maybe a late night, not the best food potentially, some alcohol, you're just going to make things a lot worse. So my advice is to just do some light exercise, especially after you've had like a big evening out. So that was number six, do some light exercise, don't go all crazy on us. Alright, number 7, and this is just to stick to one kind of drink. So just not mixing, because I think a lot of the challenges come, especially with the hangovers the next day, is when you mix the drinks. If you can stick to something clean and light, maybe a clear drink, maybe something with soda water instead of sugary things like the lemonade. I mean, if you're having vodka and lemonade, you're having a copious amount of sugar, you're going to have a real problem in sleeping. I now go for, if I do drink, which is a rarity anyway, would be vodka and soda water, because then you're getting the water in as well, you're not getting the sugar in, you're sticking to the clear drinks, you're sticking to something quite clean, especially if you can get a high quality spirit or something. It's going to make the next day a lot easier. So my advice is stick to one kind of drink, stick with that, whatever it might be, obviously have the water in between, and you can still enjoy the night, still get a little bit tipsy, and you'll be a lot better the next day. Okay, number 8 is around planning ahead, having an awareness of what's going on. So you've got the week ahead, you know you've got certain parties happening. See if you can plan ahead. Maybe you can phone the restaurant and get different meal choices if you want. I know that's something I have to do because I've got, let's call it an exacting diet. So if I want to go somewhere with friends or anything, I phone ahead, I make the plan so I know what I'm going to be eating. But equally, if you know you've got a busy few days, you might need to plan your food or your drink or your exercise or anything around that. So don't leave things to chance. Notice what's going on in your calendar. See whether you need to make any adjustments. Maybe you need to take some food with you. Maybe you need to make sure that you take your own public transport there or your own private car there so that you can go home earlier and not stay out so late. Think about what's going on in the next week or so and what plans you have to make. Have that awareness ahead of time rather than leaving things till 2 in the morning and you've been waiting to go home since 11:30 but your ride isn't ready to go home. So maybe you want to just adjust that a little bit and plan ahead your time. Number 9 is on a similar theme, and that is to eat well when you've got the control of it. So you might not be able to choose exactly the kind of food you're having. You're going around to friends' houses, you're going out for restaurants, you're going to have a boozy dinner, a boozy lunch, whatever it might be. But in this period of time where you can control it, your breakfast, maybe your lunch, whatever it might be, make sure that you're eating really, really well. Overdose compared to what you're normally doing in terms of your fresh veg, any live foods, lots of water. Just OD on it and just control what you can control and relax at the points that you need to relax, rather than if you're someone that goes to these things and then gets stressed out about it, you're probably not doing yourself any favours. So enjoy the indulgence for a little bit, but make sure in the areas that you can control, you control it. So when you're at home, you control it, or if you're having people over for dinner even, you can control it a little bit more. You can do Christmas your way, it doesn't have to be the traditional way. And finally, number 10, and that is to control your stress levels. It's a really, really stressful time of year for a lot of people with the Christmas shopping and the families, and especially if you've got kind of somewhat disjointed families or split families or whatever it might be. People can get a lot of stress. There's a lot of cortisol going on into your system when you get stressed. It's going to do a lot of damage to your body that you don't really want it to be done. And ultimately, look, you know what? Just relax. The world isn't going to end. Okay, so whatever stress reduction techniques that you might have up your sleeve, I'd put them into overdrive in this season. Maybe start going to a bit of yoga instead of doing the weights. Maybe go and experiment with a bit of meditation, whatever it might be. But I would certainly investigate introducing some stress reduction techniques to your day-to-day routine to just keep on top of those stress levels. And just remember, it doesn't really matter that much, okay? I know you think it matters, that the turkey's got to be done correctly, or that so-and-so can't sit next to so-and-so, or you know, your kid's got to have this present, or whatever it might be, but it's not really that important. It's not really that worth getting stressed out about, okay? The most important thing really at this time of year is to show and be present for the people that you love and show that you really care about them. And everything else is cursory, it doesn't really matter. And as long as you can do that and remember that that's the bigger goal, I hope that will help you in terms of dialing down that stress level that little bit more. Okay, those were my 10 tips for surviving this holiday period. So just a quick recap. We had drink water throughout the day. Introduce some fasting days perhaps. Have water in between your drinks in the evening. Sleep more than you would do. Just get that rejuvenation in. Get yourself some grapefruit seed extract and start popping that into your water or your juices each day. Do some lighter exercise, take it a bit easier. Stick to just one drink when you're out, a clean drink, ideally not full of carbonated and sugary drink. Plan ahead, know what you're doing in the week ahead, plan your rides, plan your food, plan whatever you might have to have stashed in your bag, so plan ahead, have that awareness. Number 9 was control what you can control. Control your breakfast, control your lunch, eat excess amounts of good stuff in the times that you can control it, and let whatever happens happen in the times that you can't control it. And finally, number 10 was control your stress levels. Introduce some more stress beating techniques this month than any other time of year, because it can be a stressful time of year. Okay, that's it for this week. I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas season. We've got a couple more videos still to go, but I just wanted to give this at the beginning of December really, so that you can enjoy Christmas and still rock it, still be that superhuman self that you want to be, all the while enjoying the time with the rest of your friends and family. Have you got any other tips for me or everyone else? Please put them in the comment section below. Do share this video, especially this one, because it's going to be quite useful for a lot of people, I imagine. And remember to subscribe if you haven't. Buttons here, do that as a Christmas present to me. I would love you to subscribe. But other than that, have a fantastic start to the holiday season. And remember, it's all about having a bit of fun and not taking life too seriously. So until next time, enjoy your Christmas festivities. Bye bye.